And welcome back, peeps, to the wonderful episode of the World of Ted, where we explore how single Latter-day Saints can learn, live, and love truly enjoyable dating. I found, I kind of looking around online, and I found this little it's a blog post on this site, datingadvice.com. Let me pull this up here, and we can just dive right in here. Okay, again, this is like we've seen before, where we've got someone who's not a member of the Latter-day Saint community giving advice about LDS dating sites. And so here we got datingdevice.com. You can't see it on the screen, but it says the authority on all things dating. And so, and apparently this has been said by Fox News and CNN. So when those two can agree on something, well, okay, that kind of lends itself to say, well, this must be true if they're both agreeing on it. Both sides of that political aisle are agreeing on things. So yeah, let's just dive right in here. I love how they put the 2021 there in the title because, and look at this. They put the LDS in best free LDS dating sites. I mean, give me a break. What is that little quote supposed to mean? It's like, because that's what the quotations mean, right? It's like, it means what it means, and yet it doesn't mean what it means. That's what the quotation means. And so by putting LDS in quotations, it's like, yeah, these are for LDS people, but they're not really for LDS people, maybe they're getting at, these are the 7 best sites where you can find people who pretend to be LDS, really aren't. I don't know. Anywho, Haley Matthews is the author, and I kind of skimmed through the article a little bit just now, and I have to tell you, peeps, we're going to disagree on some things. Haley, clearly not a member of the church or the Latter-day Saint community, and, wouldn't hold that against her necessarily, but if you want to be, again, reviewing a dating site for Latter-day Saint singles, then you need to be a Latter-day Saint, because otherwise there's going to be things you miss from your, but hey, you know what? Your perspective is your perspective. Let's dive right in here, and we'll check this out here. LDS dating sites can be a lifesaver for singles who see religion as a deal breaker or deal maker in a long-term relationship. Now, that's interesting. I can understand, and, I really think that you should have, activity in the church as a deal breaker for your, relationships and potential relationships. It's like, if you're not willing to live a certain lifestyle, then, hey, forget it. So I can see you would say but deal maker? I mean, it's almost like, she's saying, well, if you're the kind of person who's just like, oh, okay, you active, I'm active, great, let's go to the temple, get married. I mean, there are people out there who are like that, and wow, okay, so let's keep catering to that attitude, because that's really going to build healthy, strong families, right? An old friend of mine is M, and I remember she used to meet her boyfriends at church functions or other LDS-related events. This was before online dating really took off. Wow, you must be talking about a long time ago. Whoa, yeah, okay, I see you're dated. Wow, check out the picture, though. I mean, if you're that old and oh, wow, you look kind of good for being as old as you must be. So the other way she could be sure of dating a guy who practiced the same religion was to spend time engaging in all these religious activities. You're assuming that somebody who shows up and participates in one of these activities is a member, and I'm going to tell you that's not necessarily true. And the other thing I don't like about this is the assumption that the only way you're going to meet somebody is at one of these activities or to be in a singles ward. I'm sorry, we have got to get out. Actually, I'm not sorry. We have got to get out of thinking this way. It's just not true. We've got to learn to broaden our horizons. That doesn't mean that we, don't keep the same standards, but at the same time, I think we go to this sort of way of thinking because we want everything to be easy, and it's just something easy about looking at this and saying, well, if I go to this activity, or if I go, and just limiting my choices, by saying I'm going to go to this activity or go to this ward or whatever, that it gives us the illusion that everything's going to be easier. But the reality is, it's actually going to be easier if you broaden your horizons out. Now that online dating has become a standard for most singles, it's easier than ever for LDS singles, including my friend, to find their ideal match without leaving home. Today, we're bringing you the 7 best free LDS dating websites. These sites are free to join and offer a lot of values-driven features to facilitate real relationships. So I love this. It's like the first site on their list isn't even an LDS site. Match.com. It's true that Match.com is open to singles of all religions. However, because the dating website has over 30 million members, not to mention gets over 13.5 million monthly visitors, we promise you won't have any trouble finding an LDS match. Really? That's interesting. I like that aside. You gotta love these assumptions, right? The assumptions that people make. So here you're thinking it's just a numbers game. It's strictly a numbers game, and that's all that it is. And all you have to do is just get inside the pool that's big enough, and you will find somebody who matches with you. It's true that if you look at a bigger pool of candidates, that's going to increase your probability of success. Okay, that's just mathematically sound. So, there's no debating that. But I would take issue with this assumption that says that you're necessarily going to find somebody who matches you. I mean, just because the probability of success is higher, that doesn't mean that it's going to be easy. Simple, yes. Easy? Not necessarily. It's simple and easy are not necessarily the same things. Not only can you specify your religious preferences on your dating profile, you can also do so in Match's Discover section. Match also tops our list because it's the most affordable option. Register, upload your info and photos, browse, receive matches, and flirt. I thought you were looking at everything that was free. So if everything's free, how can it be like the most affordable option? If everything's free, everything should be just as affordable as everything else, right? Apparently that's not quite the way it works. So they've got a gender ratio that pretty close to the population proportions. Popularity, 39.7 million visitors per month. Wow. Get 3 days free. Oh, so it's just 3 days you get for free. Oh, wow. Okay, I thought everything you said was going to be free, but okay. Next, LDS Planet, number 2. Founded in 2000 by People Media, a well-known niche online dating network. LDS Planet is one of the longest-running and most trusted LDS dating sites. It'll only take you 2 minutes to create an account and begin browsing millions of profiles of like-minded and like-valued men and women. Won't cost you a penny either. You gotta be joshing me, man. Check this out. It's like, okay, it is true, but it's kind of deceptive. It is true that, you can create an account for free, and you can browse profiles for free, and that's true that won't cost you a penny. But I'm here to tell you, if you want to do anything more than that, you're going to have to pay up. You won't be able to contact people. You won't be able to send messages, receive messages. If you want to talk to people, interact with them, you got to pay. Free? So, I mean, what are we doing? We're evaluating free websites? I feel like that's clickbait there in the title. Number 3, LDS Mingle. Thanks to LDS Mingle, you'll never have to attend another LDS dance, singles conference, or singles ward ever again if you don't want to, as the site claims. Yeah, that's definitely marketing. This free LDS singles dating site can find your special someone in no time. No awkward events necessary. Since 2001, LDS Mingle has matched thousands of couples, one being Sharon and Jared, who had this to say. To anybody still wondering, yes, you can find amazing Christ-like people in relationships online. And yes, you can even find eternal temple ceiling type marriages online with sites like this. First of all, who in the Latter-day Saint community talks like that? Eternal temple ceiling type marriages? What is that? Oh, gosh, it's like it just creates this impression inside of me that it's all a scam to get your money. Take that coin that's in your pocket and put it in their pocket. That's what this seems to be all about. Number 4, LDS Singles. How come we're not getting stats with these other sites like we saw with Match? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? On LDS Singles, you don't have to worry about having to explain your beliefs or lifestyle to an online love interest. Okay, well, that's the point of having a niche site based around beliefs and lifestyle. So how does that distinguish this site from the others that we were looking at? Maybe it distinguishes it from Match.com, but geez. Here, every single person is on the same page when it comes to religion because the dating site was created for M by M, and that makes it much easier to break the ice. LDS Singles is one of those online dating sites that takes all the stress out of the process and makes it fun. Okay, look, honey, if you're going to make this process fun, then you really need to be showing some results, helping us, become better people, helping us, learn more about the dating journey and the fundamentals of that journey, and helping align ourselves in our approach with those fundamentals. But most dating sites that I've seen, they don't do anything like that. They just kind of throw everything out there and just, put all these little gimmicks, and then they just leave everything up to you. They don't teach you how to journey well. They just say, here it is. Now, have at it. It's kind of like teaching people how to swim the Navy way. They just kind of throw you overboard. If you happen not to swim and sink to the bottom, well, okay, we didn't really want you in the Navy anyway. And that's the approach that a lot of these sites take, because again, their business model is based on taking your money and getting it and being able to keep that gravy train flowing for as long as possible. So of course they're not going to teach you any of this stuff. They're not going to teach you how to use the site to advance yourself. They're not going to, help you become a better person so that you can actually be, find somebody who would actually match with you. I mean, that's not what they're about. They're about getting your money. And as soon as you become more, apt to match up with people, the less time you're going to be spending on their site, the less money they're going to be making. That's it. It's just a big problem when it comes to these online dating sites. Their business model is just so screwed up. So yeah, that makes it much easier to break the ice. The Singles is one of those online dating sites. It takes all the stress of the process and makes it fun with quick sign up, active message boards, and more, and it's totally free. Well, again, there are some things that you can do on some of these sites for free, but if you really want to get the full benefit of the essence of online dating, then you're going to have to pay up. That's all there is to it. 5, LDS Pals. A lot of successful relationships start out as friendships, and if that's what you're looking for, you can turn to LDS Pals. Oh my gosh. Since the dating site is all for free, all day, every day, you're allowed to fill out a profile, upload an unlimited number of photos into your own photo gallery, send unlimited virtual flirts, messages, and private messages, save searches, and favorite members, and the list goes. LDS Pals, LDS Pals is a great place to meet people, said Jim B in a testimonial. I'm getting married. Okay, well, that's great, Jim B, but, I guess this is just a different take on, the same thing. It's like, there's all this pressure because we're putting too much on ourselves up front. So let's just be friends at the first. And that's, that's great from that, because the first stage of the dating journey is the friendship stage, where you learn to lay that foundation and build that friendship up in a very low commitment environment. And so, as much as they're fostering that sort of thing, I think that's great. At the same time, I think we want to keep in mind the whole process, and there's going to come a point where you're going to want to advance to the next stage of the dating journey, which is casual dating. And, in order to advance to any stage of the process, you got to have an agreement. The agreement for the casual dating stage is to go on a date. And that's where you're going to get a lot of people that just, put out that little laundry list. And if you don't meet every item on that laundry list, then you're just out to lunch. 6, True Dating, True LDS is owned and operated by several BYE. I almost finished saying that. Wash my mouth out with soap there. Let's start over. True LDS is owned and operated by several Provo School graduates and other Latter-day Saints who are experts in marketing and IT and who screen every member. So you can rest assured that you're getting a personalized, safe, and quality experience. Really? I don't know about you, but I'm thinking that the understanding that is had by the dating scene there and at that Provo school, I'm sorry. It's just like, I don't even know what to do with that. Because I went to that junior college in Idaho back when it was a junior college. And I'm here to tell you, there's a lot of those practices and things in that culture that I think is so far removed from the fundamentals of the dating journey and where we really need to be. And if you're trying to replicate that experience online, I don't want anything to do with your website. Sorry. In terms of price, True LDS is comparable to other sites on this list. Well, that's good if if all the sites are free. Every site you're mentioning should be comparable in price. Registering, creating a profile, searching, and using the chat rooms are 100% free, and you can always upgrade to a paid account to send and receive messages as well. So that's the thing. You want to, send messages back and forth, you're gonna have to pay up. 7, LDS Friends Date. Oh, gee, another LDS pals. Never again should you pay for dating sites. It's the promise LDS Friends Date makes, and it appears the site keeps that promise. You won't be asked for your credit card information during any step of the way, and LDS Friends Date even helps you find LDS dating events in your area. You can search this network for potential dates who fit your criteria and send a wink to show your interest. Another pro is the site is desktop and mobile friendly, so date at home or on the go. I'll admit, I don't really have a lot of experience with this site, so maybe I should look into it. I mean, if it is totally free, and see what the deal with that is. But again, I'm coming to this with the attitude of all these dating sites are built on a business model that just wants to take your money. So, look, some of this stuff works, but I think for a whole lot more people, it just doesn't do it. So here we go. Keep the faith with these top LDS dating sites. I always admired my friend for knowing exactly what she wanted in a partner and holding strong to her beliefs. While attending church and LDS events in your area is, of course, a great way to meet compatible people, you should also consider online dating. And you should also consider lots of other options too, which we talked about on Join the Journey Radio. And we should probably talk about that more here on this program. If I could just find some articles or videos to talk about it so we could, have the backdrop for it. You should have no trouble meeting a match that shares your values. Whether you're looking for a long-term love or a new friend, these LDS dating sites can help you put your best foot forward and join a larger community of LDS singles. Amen! You gotta love a little amen at the end. It's like, you clearly are not a member of this community. Oh my. So I can't show you comments because my DuckDuckGo browser will block the Facebook comments. But I can show you here, Haley is editor-in-chief of datingadvice.com, oversees content strategy, social media engagement, media opportunities. She's not writing about cheese or my 22-year love affair with Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm listening to the Beatles, watching Harry Potter reruns, and drinking IPAs. Okay, well, hey, we already know how dated you are. So yeah, I'm sorry. This is just more evidence of why you shouldn't be reviewing LDS dating sites unless you're an actual Latter-day Saint, because you just don't have the understanding of the community. And even a lot of people who are members of the LDS Singles community, a lot of us who are single in the Latter-day Saint community don't understand the fundamentals of the dating journey. And without understanding the fundamentals of what we're trying to do, it's not a wonder why we trip up all over ourselves all the time. So that's what the World of TED is about. That's what Join the Journey Radio is going to be about coming into next year. And next week, okay, next week's episode of the World of TED, I got a special surprise for you peeps. So I'm actually going to start a new tradition. I mean, right now I've been looking at, online articles and whatnot. I'm going to start a new tradition for the World of TED starting next week, a special Christmas present for all of you out there. So be sure to come in next week for that wonderful episode of the World of TED. And, so, with that, that's all we've got today. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to, if you like the video, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe and ring the bell and all that stuff. Help me with the algorithm so we can get more people out, help them out. And don't forget, come back next time. Like I said, there's going to be something really, really good I have planned for the next episode of the World of TED. So we will see you there next time. Take care.